Welcome all in our today's lecture. In this lecture, we are discussing about some geometrical concept related with complex number. That means geometry of complex number. So first concept is distance formula. If we have given 2 points on a line segment, say P of Z1 and Q of Z2. Okay, this is a line having end point P of Z1 and Q of Z2. Then distance between these 2 points become PQ, which is equal to modulus of Z2 minus Z1. That means modulus of fx of Q minus fx of P. Okay, म्हणजेच काय ते Z1 जो पॉइंट आहे त्याच्या रियल Z1 आणि Z2 चा जो रियल कोऑर्डिनेट आहे रियल पार्ट जो आहे त्याची सबट्रॅक्शन आणि इमॅजिनरी पार्ट जो आहे त्याची सबट्रॅक्शन घ्यायची आणि त्यांचा मॉड्युलस फाइंड करायचा आहे. ओके, नेक्स्ट इज सेक्शन फॉर्म्युला. इफ R of Z divide line segment joining P of Z1 and Q of Z2 with ratio m1 as to m2. First is for internal division. If our line segment P of Z1 and Q of Z2 divided internally, suppose this is a point R of Z, will divide our line segment PQ. Okay, it may be here, anywhere on that line. Suppose this point is here and divide it with ratio m1 as to m2. Okay, then for internal division, this is internal division, then distance of this point Z become m1 Z2 plus m2 Z1 divided by m1 plus m2. Now if this point R of Z divide our line segment externally, suppose this is a line segment with point P of Z1 and Q of Z2, and we extend this up to point R of Z. This is external divisor of this line segment PQ. This is m1 and this is m2. Then in that case Z is equal to m1 Z2. This m1 into coordinate the point of Z2 minus m1 minus m2 into this point Z2 divided by m1 minus m2. Okay, instead of m1 we can write here m2 and we can write here m1, no problem. Either this divide externally from right side or left side. Okay, so this is the section formula. Now equation of perpendicular bisector. Okay, if there is a perpendicular bisector which divide a line joining point P of Z1 and Q of Z2. Okay, if P of Z1 and Q of Z2 are two fixed point and R of Z, I will draw a small diagram. Suppose this is a point Q of Z2 and this is point P of Z1. Okay, this is a line segment and these 2 points are fixed. Okay, and R of Z is moving point. R of Z is a moving point such that R of Z हा moving point आहे, मूव होणार आहे तो कशा पद्धतीचा असणार आहे, such that it is always at equal distance from these 2 points. Okay, that means this point may be here, which is from equal distance from these two. It may be here, so we can measure distance of point P from this point and Q from this point. This is always same, so in that way it may be here, and in that way we get this is a perpendicular bisector and our R of Z is anywhere on that line. Okay, आपला R of Z जो आहे तो या लाइन वरती कुठेही असू शकतो. ओके, आणि हा 90 डिग्रीचा अँगल क्रिएट करणार आहे लाइन PQ वरती. ओके, देन लोकस ऑफ R of Z इज परपेंडिक्युलर बायसेक्टर. ओके, तर R of Z चा जो लोकस आहे म्हणजे R of Z जे पॉइंट आहे जे की पॉइंट P आणि Q पासून इक्वी डिस्टन्स आहे त्या पॉइंटचा सेट म्हणजेच ही आपली परपेंडिक्युलर बायसेक्टर असणार आहे. दॅट मीन्स P of R इज इक्वल टू Q of R. या लाईनवरचा कुठलाही पॉइंट घ्या त्या पॉईंट पासूनचं पी आणि क्यूचं डिस्टन्स हे काय असणार आहे, सेम असणार. दॅट मीन्स पी ऑफ आर इज इक्वल टू क्यू ऑफ आर. दॅट मीन्स मॉड ऑफ झेड मायनस झेड. ओके, सपोज हियर इज आवर आर ऑफ झेड. This point is z. So distance between these 2 points is modulus of z minus z1 using distance formula. Okay. Similarly, distance of point Q from R becomes z minus z2. So squaring both sides, we get modulus of z minus z1 square is equal to modulus of z minus z2 square. Now after simplifying this, we know that mod of z minus z1 square means using this formula mod of z square is equal to z into z1. Okay, using this formula we get this become, using this formula and after simplifying we get z into z1 bar minus z2 bar plus z bar into z1 minus z2 is equal to modulus of z1 square minus modulus of z2 square. So in that way we get a equation of perpendicular bisector. Either we can write this equation or this equation. Okay, any one of these three will give you equation of perpendicular bisector. Now next is equation of a straight line. Okay, so equation of straight line in which first is parametric form. Okay, पहिला भाग बघतोय आपण parametric form ज्याच्यामध्ये पॅरामीटर असणार आहे. Okay, so equation of straight line joining the point having affixes z1 and z2 with parameter t. Okay, having parameter t, then equation of straight line become z is equal to t z1 plus into bracket 1 minus t into z2, where t is any real number. In this case t is any real number. And now equation of straight line become z is equal to, joining these 2 points z1 and z2, so equation become t z1 plus into bracket 1 minus t into z2. Okay, ही आपली लाईन असणार आहे स्ट्रेट लाईन. याच्यावरती कुठेतरी आपला z1 असेल, कुठेतरी आपला z2 असणार आहे. So in that way we get parametric equation of straight line. एकदा हे व्यवस्थित बघून घ्या, मग आपण पुढचे इक्वेशन जे आहे स्ट्रेट लाईनचे पुढचा फॉर्म जो आहे तो आपण बघणार आहोत. नेक्स्ट फॉर्म ऑफ इक्वेशन ऑफ स्ट्रेट लाईन इन कॉम्प्लेक्स नंबर 16 is non-parametric form. Equation of a straight line joining the points having affixes z1 and z2 is denoted by this determinant equal to 0. So determinant contains first row z bar 1, second row become z1 bar 1, and third row becomes z2 bar and 1. So this determinant equal to 0. Here z is a unknown complex number which is in standard form x plus iy, and we know that z1 and z2, these two complex number are known. So after simplifying this determinant we get z into z1 bar minus z2 bar minus z bar into z1 minus z2 plus z1 into z2 bar minus z1 bar into z2 equal to 0. All of you know that how to solve this 3 by 3 determinant. So next form is 3 points. If 3 points are collinear, then we are finding equation of straight line in complex number system. So if z1, z2 and z3, so these are 3 known points. Okay, these points are known and these 3 points are collinear. Okay, all these 3 points are collinear, means which are in a single straight line, z1, z2, z3, okay, or in any other sequence. Then equation of straight line become determinant of z1 bar 1, z2 bar 1, z3 bar and 1 equal to 0. So simplify this equation, we get equation of straight line having 3 points z1, z2, z3 are collinear. Now next is, if 3 points a of z1, b of z2, c of z3 are collinear, having slope of ab is equal to slope of bc is equal to slope of ac. Slope of ab, bc and ac are same, then equation of straight line becomes z1 minus z2 divided by z1 bar minus z2 bar equal to z2 minus z3 divided by z2 bar minus z3 bar equal to z1 minus z3 divided by z1 bar minus z3 bar. म्हणजे पाहता हे असं वेगळं असं काय नसून काय आहे, कॉम्प्लेक्स नंबर सिस्टीम मध्ये सुद्धा त्याच पद्धतीने इक्वेशन येतात जशी की रियल नंबर सिस्टीम मध्ये येतात. ओके, या ठिकाणी फक्त हे कॉम्प्लेक्स नंबर असणार आहेत z1, z2, z3. ओके, आपल्या रियल नंबर सिस्टीम मध्ये x आणि y हे रियल व्हेरिएबल असतात. ओके, Now next is general equation of a straight line. The general equation of straight line is of the form a bar z plus a z bar plus b is equal to 0. So in this case, z is a unknown complex number, z is equal to x plus I bar. Okay, या ठिकाणी x आणि y काय आहे? Variable आहे. Okay, and this a bar and a is a complex number and a bar is its conjugate and b is a real number. Okay, b या ठिकाणी काय असणार आहे? रियल असणार आहे आणि a जो आहे तो नॉन कॉम्प्लेक्स नंबर असणार आहे. नॉन कॉम्प्लेक्स नंबर म्हणजे 2 plus 3i, 3i minus 3i like that. So in that case, general equation of straight line become a bar x z plus a z bar plus b. जसं की आपल्या रियल नंबर सिस्टम मध्ये काय असतं? ax plus by is equal to c या टाइप मध्ये असतं. ax plus by is equal to c. तर कॉम्प्लेक्स नंबर सिस्टम मध्ये जनरल इक्वेशन काय असणार आहे? a bar z plus a z bar plus b equal to 0. Now slope of straight line. The complex slope of a given straight line. There are two types of slope. First is complex slope and second is real slope. So complex slope of this straight line become minus a divided by a bar. So this is equal to minus of coefficient of z bar divided by coefficient of z. Okay, this is formula for complex slope. Okay, minus a divided by a. That means coefficient of z bar divided by coefficient of z. Okay, so this is slope of complex slope. This is complex slope. Okay, and then real slope become minus of real part of a divided by real part of a bar, or this is equal to minus of a plus a bar divided by a minus a bar. So this is a real slope. Okay, this is real slope. Now our next bit is length of perpendicular. So length of perpendicular from a point z1 to the line a bar z plus a z bar plus b equal to 0 is modulus of a bar z1 plus a z1 bar plus b divided by mod a plus mod a bar. That means instead of z, replace our point z1 in given equation of straight line. Or this can be written also as mod of a bar z1 plus a z1 bar plus b divided by 2 times mod of a, because we know that mod a and mod of a bar both are same. Okay, एकदा व्यवस्थित बघून घ्या हे. Now we are discussing about equation of a circle in complex plane. So equation of circle with center z0. Here z0 is a complex number of the form x0 plus I y0 and radius is r. Okay, so circle with center z0 and radius r is denoted by mod of z minus z0 equal to r. Okay, so this is equation of a circle with center z0 and radius r. If center is origin, that means z0 is 0, then equation of circle becomes z minus mod z is equal to r. Equation of circle become mod z equal to r, in which center is origin 0 0. Now mod of z minus z0 less than r represent interior part of our circle. Okay, if this mod is less than r, then that will be the interior part of our circle. If mod of z minus z0 equal to 0 or this is greater than r, then in that case this is the exterior part of our circle. Okay, now next bit is general equation of circle. So general equation of circle is denoted by z bar plus a into z bar plus a bar into z plus b is equal to 0. So this is general equation of circle in complex plane, in which a is any complex number and b is a real number. So center of this circle is minus of a. Okay, here a is a complex number and radius becomes square root of mod of a square minus b. Mod square of a minus b is the radius of this general circle. The equation of circle in diameter form become, if a of z1, b of z2 are end point of our diameter. Okay, these are the end points. Suppose this is our circle and 8 point are a and B of our diameter, and P is any point on that circle, anywhere on circle is a point P, then equation of circle becomes Z minus Z1 into Z bar minus Z1 plus Z minus Z2 into Z bar minus Z2 equal to 0. So this is a diameter form of a circle in complex plane. Now rotation theorem means angle between two intersecting lines. So let Z1, Z2, Z3 are faces of 3 points A, B, C as shown in our diagram. Here line L1 and L2 are two intersecting lines. These are two intersecting lines. Then angle made by these two lines is say alpha, and which is denoted by or defined by alpha is equal to argument of Z3 minus Z1 divided by Z2 minus Z1. Alpha means where alpha is equal to angle between angle BAC. Okay, so this is our alpha, and this become alpha is equal to argument of Z3 minus Z1 divided by Z2 minus Z1. Okay, एकदा व्यवस्थित बघा. Now our next concept is after rotating arrow in our organ plane, what is the new position of our complex number? So let Z is equal to R into cos of theta plus I sin theta. This is given complex number, which is also represented in exponential form as R into e raised to I theta. Okay, where R is the modulus of this complex number and theta is the angle made by that complex number joining with origin O with x-axis. That means OP, here P is that point Z as shown in our diagram. OP bar is R, that means modulus R, and angle POX is equal to theta. This is an theta angle. Now new complex number says Z1 is equal to Z into e raised to I phi. Okay, नवीन complex number आपण काय घेतला Z into e raised to I phi. So already we know that Z is R e raised to I theta into e raised to I phi. And therefore Z1 become R into e raised to I theta plus phi. Okay, after rotating this OP through an angle phi. Okay, here we are rotating this OP through an angle phi. We get new position of this Z. This position become Z1 and Z1 become R e raised to I theta plus phi. So in that way we are rotating our point and getting new position. So by rotating the line OP bar in anti-clockwise direction with angle phi. Okay, so note become AC bar is obtained by rotating AB bar. Suppose this is our AB and this is AC. So AC is obtained by rotating this AB with angle theta. Then AC bar is equal to, this AC bar is equal to AB bar into e raised to I theta. And this is also denoted by Z3 minus Z1 because this point C is Z3, A is Z1 and B is Z2. So Z3 minus Z1 is equal to Z2 minus Z1 into e raised to I theta. So using this formula we can find angle between these two vectors. Okay, now next are triangle inequalities. So we have already discussed all these properties in our modulus properties of modulus. So mod of Z1 plus Z2 is less than equal to mod of Z1 plus mod of Z2. Second property become mod of Z1 minus Z2 is less than equal to mod of Z1 plus mod of Z2, and mod of Z1 plus Z2 is always greater than equal to mod Z1 minus mod Z2, and mod of Z1 minus Z2 is also greater than equal to mod Z1 minus mod Z2. These are called as triangle inequalities. Now standard loci in the organ plane. Okay, so there are some standard loci from given equation we can easily interpret the loci of our Z. Okay, so Z is a variable point. या ठिकाणी Z जो आहे तो काय variable point आहे, and Z1 Z2 are fixed points. Okay, Z1 आणि Z2 जे आहे fixed point आहे, जसं की 2 plus 3 आहे, 5 minus 7 आहे. Okay, these are fixed point, and Z is variable, so which is denoted by x plus I by a plus ib. ओके, त्या ठिकाणी एक्स वाय हे अननोन असणार आहे. सो फर्स्ट इक्वेशन बिकम मॉड ऑफ z मायनस z1 इज इक्वल टू मॉड ऑफ z मायनस z2. ओके, समजा हे इक्वेशन असेल z मायनस z1 दिला असेल इक्वल टू z मायनस z2 दिला असेल, तर या ठिकाणी z चा जो लोकस आहे, ओके, लोकस म्हणजे काय, तर z हा पॉइंट कोणता असू शकतो, कोणता एखादा पर्टिक्युलर पॉइंट असेल त्याचा सेट, ओके, जो की ही कंडिशन सॅटिस्फाय करणार आहे. ही इक्वेशन सॅटिस्फाय करणाऱ्या z च्या व्हेरियस व्हॅल्यूचा सेट मीन्स लोकस ऑफ z. ओके, लोकस ऑफ z मीन्स values of z which satisfies this given equation. So if given equation is in this form, z minus z1 is equal to z minus z2, okay, so in that case locus of z is the perpendicular bisector of the line segment joining point z1 and z2. Okay, हे इक्वेशन सॅटिस्फाय करणाऱ्या z च्या व्हॅल्यू म्हणजे काय असणार आहे, परपेंडिक्युलर बायसेक्टर असणार आहे, जो की या दोन पॉइंटला जॉईन करणारी लाईन असणार आहे, त्या लाईनचा परपेंडिक्युलर बायसेक्टर. ओके, सो दिस परपेंडिक्युलर बायसेक्टर सॅटिस्फाय दिस इक्वेशन ऑफ गिवन इक्वेशन. ओके, सो नेक्स्ट बिकम मॉड ऑफ z मायनस z1 प्लस मॉड ऑफ z मायनस z2. ओके, z मायनस z1 आणि z मायनस z2 याचा मॉड, त्याची ॲडिशन constant असेल, इक्वल टू कॉन्स्टंट. हियर this constant is not equal to mod of z1 minus z2, so in that case locus of z is ellipse. तर या केस मध्ये लोकस म्हणजे काय असणार आहे, याचा लोकस म्हणजे z च्या व्हॅल्यू म्हणजे कुठल्या व्हॅल्यू असणार, आपल्या इलिप्स वरच्या व्हॅल्यू असणार. सपोज दिस इज अवर इलिप्स and z is on that ellipse. Okay, that means locus of z is an ellipse. Okay, next is mod of z minus z1 minus mod of z minus z2 is equal to mod of z minus z2. So in that case locus of z is the line segment joining z1 and z2. Okay, जर ही addition equal to mod of z minus z2 आलं, ओके, तो कॉन्स्टंटच असणार आहे, फक्त तो कॉन्स्टंट पर्टिक्युलरली हाच कॉन्स्टंट असला पाहिजे, mod of z1 minus z2. So in that case locus of z is the line segment joining z1 and z2. Next is mod of z minus z1 minus mod of z minus z2 is equal to particularly z1 minus z2. In that case locus of z is the straight line joining z1 and z2. Okay, but z does not lies between z1 and z2. Okay, locus of z काय असणार आहे, तो असणार आहे स्ट्रेट लाईन जी की या दोन पॉइंटने जॉईन होणार आहे. ओके, स्ट्रेट लाईन जॉईन्ड बाय z1 and z2, बट दिस z, समजा ही लाईन आहे z1 आणि z2 ने जॉईन करणारी, z1 z2 ला जॉईन करणारी. ओके, तर तो लोकस आहे तो फक्त याच्या मधला नसणार, याच्या बाहेरचा कुठलाही पॉइंट असू शकतो. ओके, एक्सक्लुडिंग पॉइंट्स इन बिटवीन z1 and z2. ओके, so this is locus of that given equation. Now if mod of z minus z1 minus mod of z minus z2 is any constant not equal to mod of z minus z2, in that case locus of z is hyperbola. Okay, locus is hyperbola. Okay, थोडी सिमिलरिटी आहे पण याच्यामध्ये, प्लस इक्वल टू कॉन्स्टंट असेल तर इथं काय येतं, लोकस इलिप्स येतो, आणि इकडं कॉन्स्टंट मायनस असताना कॉन्स्टंट आला तर तो काय येतो, हायपरबोला येतो. ओके, आता प्लस असताना जर इक्वल टू मॉड ऑफ z मायनस z2 आलं, ओके, मॉड ऑफ z मायनस z2 आलं तर लोकस म्हणजे काय असणार आहे, लाईन सेगमेंट जी की पॉईंट z1 आणि z2 ला जॉईन करते. आणि सबट्रॅक्शन मध्ये तीच व्हॅल्यू आली मॉड ऑफ z मायनस z2, तर त्या केसमध्ये ती लोकस म्हणजे स्ट्रेट लाईनच असणार आहे, z1 z2 ने जॉईन करणारी, z1 आणि z2 ला जॉईन करणारी. फक्त ते z जे पॉईंट आहे ते z1 आणि z2 च्या मधले नसले पाहिजे, नॉट बिलॉंग्स टू z1 and z2. ओके, so these are various properties. Also we have some more properties. So first of all, write all these properties in your notebook and keep in mind which are useful for solving our some MCQs. Remaining standard loci of given equation. So sixth is mod of z minus z1 square plus mod of z minus z2 square equal to mod of z1 minus z2 square. So if this is the equation of given curve, in that case locus of z is a circle. So in that case, locus is a circle with Z1 and Z2 are extremities of diameter. Okay, Z1 and Z2 are extremities of diameter of that circle. Now next is mod of Z minus Z1 is equal to K times mod of Z minus Z2 such that K is not equal to 1. So in that case, locus of Z is a circle. Okay, if mod of Z minus Z1 is equal to K times mod of Z minus Z2, K does not equal to 1. So in that case, Z is a locus of circle. Now argument of Z minus Z1 upon Z minus Z2 is equal to alpha, which is a fixed point. So in that case, locus of Z is a segment of a circle. Okay, so in that case, if argument is equal to constant alpha, so in that case, locus of Z is a segment of circle. Now if argument of Z minus Z1 upon Z minus Z2 is equal to plus or minus pi by 2, so in that case locus of Z is a circle with Z1 and Z2 as the vertices of diameter. So Z1 and Z2 are vertices of diameter. And now if argument of Z minus Z1 upon Z minus Z2 equal to 0 or pi, so in that case locus of Z is a straight line passing through this point Z1 and Z2. If this argument is 0 or pi, so in that case locus of Z become a straight line passing through point Z1 and Z2. Now try to solve some MCQs. So first MCQ is length of the line segment joining the point -1 minus I and 2 plus 3I. So we know that line segment joining by 2 points Z1 and Z2. So this become length of line segment is equal to mod of Z1 minus Z2. So this become mod of -1 minus I minus of 2 plus 3I. So we get mod of -1 minus 2 is -3. I will write directly -3 minus 4I. So this becomes square root of -3 square plus -4 square. So we get plus -5. But length is never negative. So this becomes plus 5. So answer C is correct option. Okay. Now next example, the points Z1, Z2, Z3, Z4 in the complex plane are the vertices of a parallelogram taken in order. Suppose this is our parallelogram. Okay. And we have given Z1, Z2, Z3 are vertices in a sequence. So suppose this is our sequence Z1, Z2, Z3. These are the vertices of our parallelogram, and we know that. So this point intersect this diagonal into equal part. Okay, these are equal. So by using, therefore using intersection formula, we get Z1 plus Z3 divided by 2, because here these two are same. Okay, या ठिकाणी आपण हे m घेतलं तर हे पण m असणार आहे. तर काय मग इथं m Z1 plus m Z3 divided by m plus m to m कॉमन निघेल, कॅन्सल. Similarly this is equal to Z2 plus Z4 divided by 2. So this 2 will get cancelled, and finally we get Z1 plus Z3 is equal to Z2 plus Z4. Okay, and now in that way our option, which option is correct? Option B is correct option. Okay, by using the concept of intersection formula. Okay.